Let's see what happens when a human tries to kill a tree. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed. The source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. In this paragraph, the poet tells that simply cutting a tree would not kill it. It needs to be pulled out from inside of the earth. The roots that lie inside the earth need to be pulled out, as the earth, being an anchor, holds the tree tightly through those roots. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out. In fact, snapped out. The process of killing a tree involves a series of violent actions. The tree needs to be roped, it needs to be tied, and the roots are violently pulled out of the anchoring earth. And when, with a lot of strenuous effort and pain, the roots are finally pulled out, that's when the human realizes that it's in the roots where all the strength of the tree lies. And the strength of the tree exposed. This means that the roots are finally out, and it's in the roots that the real strength lies. Now it has been exposed. The source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. The roots had been inside the earth for years, protecting the tree, saving it from being killed. Simply cutting the bark of a tree would not kill a tree, as it regrows, consuming the resources of the earth. But what happens when the roots are finally out? Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. The concluding paragraph of the poem speaks of the sad ending of the tree. It's finally done, means it finally gets killed. After the roots are pulled out, the wood is used for the benefit of human purposes. It's scorched and choked under the sun. The air and water which protected it earlier and helped in its regrowth now are the same agents that push it towards its death, the final death, the painful death. It's browned, hardened, twisted, and finally withered away. All of its strength is gone. It's finally killed, as the last line says, and then it is done. Once the tree has been uprooted, it's dried under the scorching heat of the sun, and the action of heat and air helped in its hardening and withering away. Its slow and painful death finally arrives. This poem talks about the slow and painful death of a tree. Killing of a tree is not a simple proposition, it's a strenuous task. And the poet equates the killing of a tree to that of killing of a human being. This poem urges human beings to stop showing their superiority over nature, because When nature will retaliate, it's going to be destructive for all human beings on earth. Let's not forget that we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. We have borrowed it from our future generations.